Hi and welcome back. Let's continue. We have these three radio buttons. They control which text will be displayed on the piano keyboard. By default, the option Letter Notes is selected. With this option, we have these texts on the black and white keys. Let's select the option Keyboard. Now we see another text. This text indicates which keys we need to press on the keyboard of our computer so that we can hear the sound of the key. For instance, if we want to hear the sound of this key, we need to press the letter U. And to hear the sound of this key, we need to press two keys simultaneously, the Shift key and the letter P. Okay, let's work on these radio buttons. Let's create an array and call it keyboard map. Now we need to add all the numbers and letters which we have on our keyboard. We are going to add them from top to bottom. So first we need to add the numbers from 1 to 9 and then the 0 number. Next we need to add these letters. Please be very attentive. We must add these letters as capital letters. Okay, let's add this set of letters. And finally, we're going to add these letters. Please notice that I don't add the letter M, because exactly this number of characters, which we've just specified, is enough for our virtual piano. Now we need to place these characters on the keys. In this part of the code, we create white keys. So we type in key.dataset with the data attribute. For example, let's call it keyboard. Then we add equals to keyboard map. Now we need to specify the index. Well, if we only had one octave, then we could just add the letter J. In other words, all elements that have index numbers from 0 to 6. So these are the numbers from 1 to 7. But for the next octave, these will be the numbers 8, 9, 10, and so on. That's why here we add the plus sign and then we type in octave multiplied by 7. We multiply it by 7 because we have 7 musical notes in each octave. Since the index number from the first octave starts not from 0 but from number 1, we add octave minus 1. As a result, for the first octave it will be 0 plus 0, 1 plus 0, 2 plus 0, and so on. Then it will be 0 plus 7, 1 plus 7, 2 plus 7, and so on. So with the help of the loop, we will check every element of each octave. Okay, that's how it works for the white keys. What about the black keys? Well, we need to apply the same approach. In this case, we need to use the Shift key plus the key from the keyboard. First, we need to find the Shift key symbol. Google Shift Unicode. Click on the first link. And here's the symbol we need to use. So copy it, and then paste it into a pair of single quotes. So it has to be Shift plus, and then plus the necessary element from the array called keyboard map. Second, we need to search for these input tags by their class piano control option. To search for them by their class name, we type in let controls and then document.querySelectorAll. We need to use querySelectorAll because we have not one but 3 input tags. and then we specify the class name. Next, for each input element, we need to attach its own event handler. To add it for each input tag, we will use the for-each function. Then we pass the value of each input element. And after that we type in input.addEventListener. So when we select one of the radio buttons, the event input happens. That's why we add input. Now we need to somehow find out the value of each input tag. The possible values are letter notes, keyboard, and none. So we type in letValue equals to input.value. Now we need to replace the content for absolutely all the keys that we have. For this purpose, let's create an array called keys. In this array, we will store all the keys. So as soon as the new key is created, it has to be added to the array. So we type in keys.push key. Now we can type in keys.forEach key. Then key.textContent equals. If the value is letter notes, then we need to set dataset.letternotes for the key. If the value is keyboard, then we need to set dataset.keyboard. And if the value is none, then no text has to be displayed on the keyboard. So we add key.dataset, and then we add value in a pair of square brackets. As a result, the corresponding dataset will be chosen depending on the value. Okay, let's check it out. Refresh the page. Well, let's figure out where we have the error. So open the console. The error message is octave is not defined on line 11. Aha, because instead of the word octave, we had to use the letter I. Funny, we talked about the octaves and we used the word octave, while it has to be the variable I, because all the values of the octaves are stored in the variable I. Refresh the page. The same error is on line 16. Okay, there. Select the option Keyboard. Now again, select the option Letter Notes. And it doesn't work properly. Let's see why that is. Because here we have Letter Note, while here we have Letter Notes. To fix this, let's add here letType. And then we type in switch value. In case we have the value letter notes, then type equals to letter note. After that, we add the keyword break. In case we have the value keyboard, then the type is also keyboard. And in case the value is none, then no text has to be displayed on the keyboard. That's why in this case, we simply set a pair of empty quotes. Now, here we need to change value to type. Save and refresh the page. I'm switching between the different radio buttons and everything works perfectly. Cool. Alright, that's all I wanted to show you in this video. So see you at the next one.